It's news time. Information is power. The current, the news headline. Release of Nnamdi Kanu. You started all the crisis in Southeast. Huriwa replies Buhari. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, had declared its support for any approach to a constructive resolution of the crisis in the Southeast. The group maintained that the crisis rocking the region is instigated by the actions or inactions of certain forces embedded in the current federal administration in Nigeria. Therefore, it says that any political solution to the crisis is a welcome decision and is no way an interference with the judiciary because the president, through his Attorney General of Federation, instituted the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. First and foremost, the crisis started when the president refused to accord the Igbo nation the constitutionally mandated and required equity and equality of Nigeria by not considering anybody in the Southeast to head any security under his watch. Nobody from the Southeast is holding any command or leadership position of a security institution under this current dispensation. The over 60 million Igbo citizens of Nigeria were practically pushed out of Nigeria by Mr. President when he did not trust any Igbo person for appointment of or into any strategic dimension as one of the security chiefs under his government. So, Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB are just mere manifestation of the deep-seated collective angst of the Igbo nation instigated by marginalization and apartheid policy of President Muhammadu Buhari's exclusionist policies targeted against Igbos. So, it is Mr. President that caused the problem in the first place. So, he should resolve it by releasing Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and ending the systematic persecution in the High Court of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's alleged offences, which is broadcasting through his IPOB radio station in the remote part of London, is not up to 50% of what Nasir El-Rufai or Sheikh Gumi have done and said against Christians and southern Nigeria, but they are free. But Nnamdi Kanu is detained because he is Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu has not done or said half of what Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has done or said in the media, yet he is a free man moving around with security, whereas the other one is still in detention because he is an Igbo man and his life is still threatened. Gumi mingles with terrorists, but he is free. Nnamdi Kanu set up an agitation organization called IPOB to campaign peacefully for self-determination, but he is in detention and his life is under severe threat due to grave conditions under which he is being detained. The statement by Mr. President that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will violate or amount to interference with the judiciary is not correct. That is not correct position of the law. This is because what is going on between Nnamdi Kanu, the government of Muhammadu Buhari and DSS is not prosecution but persecution. Mr. President said if he released Nnamdi Kanu, it should amount to interference of the judiciary. Which judiciary? Is it the judiciary the DSS has taken over or seized the control of? Who goes in or comes out that the federal government executive arm controls the premises and determines who comes in or out that the president is talking about? DSS has already hijacked the Federal High Court, so the executive arm of government under President Muhammadu Buhari has already hijacked the judiciary. Lastly, under the Constitution of the Attorney General of the Federation, who begins an action can terminate it at any time based on public interest. So they should release Nnamdi Kanu immediately because of the public interest, equity, justice, fairness, and equality of citizenship. If Gumi and El-Rufai, who admitted paying armed Fulani militia to stop killing Christians and Gumi, who defend terrorists, are free, why detain Nnamdi Kanu? The Human Rights Association of Nigeria said in a statement signed by Emmanuel Uwumbiku, its national coordinator, and made available to Daily Post on Friday.
For the court outing, even as he urges all to embark on extensive prayers and possibly fast for another day, another fruitful outing on this date, as the case has been adjourned to January 19, 2022. We, the legal team, we will not conclude without thanking you for your love, prayers, and solidarity. It has been impactful too, and we must acknowledge the fact that the conduct of those who were in court on the hearing date in solidarity with client Nnamdi Kanu was extremely and exceedingly impressive, and we have it on record that every person arrested by the overzealous Nigerian security agents were all released, and they, on our prompt intervention, we are encouraging those coming to witness any proceedings to maintain same decorum and conduct themselves in a calm and peaceful manner, as always, because it is your right to be in court and observe the proceedings. Our challenge in the prevailing circumstance stems from the fact that not everybody will be permitted access into the courtroom on this day, and for those that will not be allowed entrance into the court, we encourage you to be peaceful and civil as usual. Our eyes are always on you all, even when addressing the court. Our ears are always on ground. Please note that it shall end in praise soon, because Chukwokike Abiyama is always on the throne, and you all should remain blessed. Umuchineke. And this was the write-up by Ifeanyi Ejiofor, ESQ, the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu of the IPOB. As we all know, that the indigenous people of Biafra leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is actually at the DSS facility, after Justice Binta Nyako was said to have adjourned the case yet again to January 19, 2022, after during November 10, 2021, which was the day of the court hearing, it was said that the lawyers and some other witnesses of Nnamdi Kanu were denied access into the courtroom. A coalition of Southeast youth leaders, COSEL, has condemned the restriction of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer from entering the courtroom by the Nigerian government. The President General of the group, Honorable Goodluck Ibim, said that the act by the Department of State Services, DSS, on the November 2021 confirmed Nigeria as a failed country, and the coalition of the Southeast youth leaders, the umbrella body of the youth group in the Southeast geopolitical zone, is displeased over the refraining of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer from entering the courtroom by the Department of State Services, DSS, and this, they say, is a travesty of the law, and it has confirmed that to the international community that Nigeria seems to now be a failed country. The judiciary ought to be the last hope of the common man, and it is the court that opposed the rights and privileges of the people. What happened in the court where Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer were barred by the DSS from entering the room, the courtroom, is a confirmation that we are in a banana republic. Even in the past military regimes, we had in Nigeria, lawyers were allowed into the courtrooms to advocate for their clients. But today's court sitting, in a democratic setting, right in our own very eyes, lawyers were not allowed into the courtroom to defend their client, Nnamdi Kanu. We want to know why